Hello, my beautiful Capricorn. How are you doing today, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, darling, I'm going to be getting into your you versus them tarot reading. See how you are feeling, darling. See how they're feeling, darling. See what we can get when it comes to this connection, darling, and what advice we have from the spirit guides from your universe, I suppose, Capricorn. But yeah, remember, Capricorn, it does not matter what you identify as, he, she, they, them, anything in that spectrum or outside of that spectrum, darling. If these tarot cards resonate with you, it's meant for you, darling. And if it does resonate, I would appreciate for you to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot, Capricorn. Also, I'll put this in perspective, darling, that I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you. And like tarot cards are, it cannot quite capture the nuances of a human to human connection, darling. And you can't ever fully tap into the emotions that you are feeling, Capricorn, and how they're feeling. These readings are just here in my opinion, to give you some food for thought for today, Capricorn, a perspective to consider. So I also do your weekly general tarot readings, Capricorn, every single Monday. So I'll leave a link to that on your top right-hand corner of your screen. You'll see that popping up. And yeah, hopefully I can see you during then. But enough about that, darling. If I can shuffle these cards, Capricorn, let's just get into your reading. Let's see how you're feeling. The card that came flying out for you, Capricorn, was the Queen of Swords. We're going to be doing a couple more, but definitely on your guard, darling. Why is my ring acting up? Two of Swords in the back of the deck as well. Three of Cups coming in here. Ooh. As well as the Queen of Wands here. I'm going to be honest here, Capricorn. Right off the bat, I feel as if, you're on guard based off of I don't know if you're having thoughts. Here's the thing, Capricorn. I'm not going to just flat out say that they're cheating and all that, because we don't know, right? But especially when it comes to a general reading, it's so impossible to just tap into that and be so affirmly saying it's oh, cheater. But with this Three of Cups here, Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, this is the sense here where you are thinking there might be this impression, if not cheating, there's this sense of an outside energy that you're considering, right? It feels as if this person's distracted, Capricorn, or you're perceiving them as distracted and they're not quite giving you all their energy, or giving you the energy that you deserve, right? Maybe you're the one that always is putting effort into communicating or what have you, and in your mind you're just does this person have eyes for someone else? That seems to be what it is you're telling yourself, Capricorn. It's you're wondering, does this person just not want to deal with me or what have you? Some of you guys might already have someone in mind of what you think, who you might think they're involved with. Again, though, I don't feel comfortable getting into those type of cheating narratives, because it's girl, save that for more, girl, right? And obviously, I don't know. I want to pull a couple more cards. But right now, I feel on your point of view, you're very much so on guard, Capricorn. And it feels like you're just looking for one final sign, something to put the final nail into the coffin, Capricorn, for you to just walk away from this, right? So I'm not saying what you should be doing, darling, right? I'm always going to support you in your decisions, Capricorn, in whatever way. Regardless of what these tarot cards say, darling, I may be trying to come at this from a place of being neutral and being optimistic, darling, right? To be happy if all of us just have a thriving love life, thriving connections in our life, darling, but that's just not realistic, right? I will be that friend that will tell you what it is that you need to hear, darling. So Seven of Wands, yeah, it keeps on showing to me, Capricorn, on your perspective, where it's just you're it's you either have someone in mind that you might be thinking, Capricorn, that they're connecting with, or it's just it feels they're just really distracted. Maybe it feels as if they're just giving energy to everybody but you. This doesn't even have to be a cheating energy. It could just be the sense of where this person just neglects talking to you, but it's just you see how they talk to other people, you see how they talk to their friends, you see how they talk to their family, anyone else, and you're just well, why can't I get that type of energy, darling? What's up? What is wrong with me that you can't give that energy to? Right? And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, Capricorn is so interesting here. So interesting. Let's just get into their perspective now. Let's see what's going on with them, darling, right? It does feel as if you're looking for one last thing to be you know what? This is where you fold your hands clean of it. So let's see. Nine of Swords. Page of Pentacles. And then the Five of Swords here. Back of the deck is the Strength card here, Capricorn. So from their perspective, it's very interesting. While you are like thinking on their side of things that they have like all these other interests, all these other distractions, on their side of things, they're in this place of feeling like they're just like riddled with anxiety, Capricorn, to the point where they're afraid of reaching out to you, right? Especially with the strength card. You know, I always say the strength. Let me not block my little skull miss mark right here. It's giving me this sense of where it's like they have like, I see the strength card as the sense of shadow work, right? So working through your own issues, your own traumas and what have you, Capricorn. And so from this, you know, you see the Nine of Swords. I feel like I'm not pronouncing that, enunciating, honey. Nine of Swords is that card of anxiety. Those cards of sleepless nights, honey. Five of Swords is this card of where it's just kind of feeling defeated as well. And so it's just very much so like crippling anxiety, Capricorn. Does this person have anxiety issues? If so, darling, that's something to be considering, because speaking from someone that used to have insane anxiety, darling, excuse me, you know, when you, and some of y'all might even be able to relate to Capricorn, where it's just like, if you're anxious, darling, like our anxiety can sometimes take that a negative narrative and just roll with it, honey. It'll be just driving, and you'll be in the driver's seat, darling. You'll be like the new Fast and Furious. Like, what number are we on with Fast and Furious? Like Fast and Furious, like 12, honey. I think it's like 7. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. Does it look like I'm gonna be interested in Fast and Furious, honey? Anyways, I digress. I'm sorry for being silly. Page of Pentacles here. It's like, yeah, it's just this sense of where very paralyzing for them. Like they want to communicate with you, Capricorn, but at the same time, like that Nine of Swords, Five of Swords energy is really keeping them back. It's really paralyzing them from taking any type of action in regards to this. My head is just like, I never get headaches, Capricorn. I think I've had like 1 or 2 headaches in my lifetime. Even my headaches, it's only just like a moment where it's just like a random throb of a pain and then it's gone. But right now, like I'm getting like such like a throbbing on my head, and it's just like, this person's really in their thoughts, Capricorn. They're really in their thoughts. Like I know, like I always am like, I refuse to be that tarot reader, just being like, if I slip up on the words, being like, oh, maybe that was a sign, honey, like, and all that. Or if I cough and be like, oh, someone has the issue with their throat chakra. No shade to those people, darling, but that's just not me. That's not my style. But it's just like with this, it's like I literally never get headaches. And so when having this throbbingness in my head, I'm taking this as a intuitive message of where, like, they're just extremely in their head, which makes sense, Capricorn. If, you know, it's just because it does feel as if, like, you're just sitting over here being like, well, why aren't they reaching out, Capricorn? Like, you being that Capricorn. And it's just like, it feels like you might not even know, like, the internal battle, the internal struggle that they're going through, darling, right? They may not have opened up to you about this. So let's see how this connection is going to pan out, honey. I feel as if y'all need 4 cards, So we have the Wheel of Fortune coming in here with the Ten of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Didn't we have the Two of Swords in the back of your deck? And then the Devil card coming in, your card, Capricorn. So whatever this happens when it comes to this is going to be exactly what you want out of this, Capricorn, right? So whether you want to move on from this person, because it shows to me like I thought I knocked Ms. Mark over. It is this sense with this Two of Swords here. It's like a very 50-50. Some of you Capricorn, well, half of you Capricorns are just like, you know what? I'm just done with this. You don't feel like dealing with someone that has their own issue, like, you know. And that's, you know, nothing wrong with that, Capricorn, right? It takes a certain type of person to be able to manage someone that has like their own mental issues, right? We all have mental issues, and sometimes it's just like other people's mental issues are just too much for us to take the burden of, right? So some of you guys are in this place of being like, you just want to wash your hands clean. You kind of just want to be done, right? And I'll explain the Queen of Wands here. But the other half of you really want this to work out. So whatever the case may be, I see you through you taking action on this, admittedly, with that Queen of Wands, because I feel like it's just going to get to a point, Capricorn, where you're just going to be like, what is up, right? In terms of like, if you want this to work, you're going to just get to this point of being like, what is up? You know, what's the tea here, darling? Do you want this? Do you even like me, darling, right? And so with the Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Pentacles here, this is such a fabulous setup, darling, because it's just like a nice turn of events when it comes to this connection. The Ten of Pentacles is like a general card of abundance, darling, but it's like that extreme stability as well. It's earth energy, so very complementary to you, Capricorn. But it also refers to that family life, right? Does it have this? And this is the artwork. I love this deck, but like some of the artwork for it is just, it's just pretty to look at and no real messages behind it. But in this one, Ten of Pentacles, it showcases the family, right? It's just that nice, the pets and all that, like it does in most artworks. And so with this connection, it's just going is how you want this connection to turn out is going to be how it turns out. But again, I do feel as if it's based off of y'all exuding this Queen of Wands energy right now. Capricorn, admittedly, if you're honest with yourself, you might be exuding this Queen of Swords energy where you're just very much so standoffish and you just be like, meh, right? You don't really want to engage with them, don't want to deal with this anymore. But you do have to transition to that Queen of Wands to get to the next phase for however you want this connection to go, really, Capricorn. So I want to get into a few more cards when it comes to them, though. They're very much so in their head, and it's just like I'm still dealing with that throb. Like it's not nearly as much anymore. It's just like anytime I look over on this side, it's just like a I'll just come in. Like they're just extremely in their head, Capricorn. It's insane. So I want to get a couple more cards. This is me getting a little bit too nosy now, poking my nose in where it probably shouldn't be, but you know what? That's my job, darling. Temperance card coming in here with the Strength card following them, as well as the Seven of Swords coming in here. Oh, girl, it seems to be like Capricorn, when it comes to this connection, this person just has a lot. Like this person is a lot to even connect to energetically, so I can't even imagine what you must be going through emotionally and mentally when it comes to engaging with this. It's giving me very much so like wishy-washy energy. You try to be patient with it because you can see the potential in them, but at the same time it just feels like they're very self-destructive. They're very much so like, it's like sometimes with their actions, with their words, you'll just look at them and be like, girl, like, are you just trying to sabotage everything in your life? Are you trying to just ruin every single good thing that you have going on in your life? King of Pentacles coming in here, because this is their intent, right? Two of Wands in the back of the deck. Their intent is to build something strong, but I just feel as if this person just has a lot of mental things to be unpacking, darling. I'm not no mental health professional, darling, but yeah, like this over here, darling, I'm just like, ugh, like I'm just tired of you and just imagining what that kind of connection would be like dealing with them, right? It's just like, my gosh. King of Swords, yeah, this is what they need. They need to be able to get a better handle on their mental, but it's just like it's consuming them. And until they figure out how to handle this, it's like I feel like that's going to be this constant like self-sabotaging that I don't even feel like they're intentionally trying to do. Like I feel like it's just like their anxiety just gets the best of them, Capricorn. So what is the advice that we can get, girl? What is the advice that we can get when it comes to this connection for you today, Capricorn? The World card with the Queen of Pentacles. So just do what's best for you when it comes to this connection, Capricorn. Do what's best for you. I feel as if some of you guys need to hear the message of just not feeling guilty. Yeah, Judgment card. Don't feel guilty about, if you can't handle them right now, don't feel guilty about being like, you know what? I'm going to be over here, darling, but I have to do my deuces, right? You could, maybe sometime down the road, because that's what I'm getting. Like, if you do choose to, like, peace out from this for a little bit, just taking, like, very much so, like, taking a break, right? Taking a break from this. I do feel like you guys will find your way, right? Once this person figures themselves out mentally, right? Now, this is free will, darling. This is, they have to figure themselves out mentally, but it doesn't mean that they actually will. We don't know how long it's going to take them, Capricorn, to get to that point. But I do see at some point that if you guys do take that break, that you guys would end up reconnecting again. But the general advice that you're getting from your spirit guides and from the universe, Capricorn, is just do what's best for you. Honor your feelings. Don't consider their feelings. I know that sounds very brutal, but as I said, Capricorn, like I'm the friend that's going to tell you what you need to hear, and some things sometimes what you don't want to hear. That means hearing what you don't want to hear, rather. So it's just like, don't feel guilty about doing what's best for you, even if it means leaving someone else to just figure themselves out. Because like I say, Capricorn, us just living our own lives is a full-time job in of itself. It takes a lot of your energy, all of our energy, really. So it's just like, do you have the energy to really just give away to someone else to help them start figuring themselves out, to help them live their life? When it comes to mental issues, especially, all right, it's like it takes the person that actually is dealing with the mental issues to receive receive help before they actually will benefit from anything, right? So you can tell this person till you're blue in the face, Capricorn, being like, hey, get out of your head, whatever, da 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 da. But until they are in that place of actually being ready to, because they have to unpack all this stuff mentally and figure things out from their perspective for it to make sense for them, it's just like going to be banging your head against a brick wall. So just make sure you're doing what's best for you. And whatever decision you end up making, Capricorn, just know that I'm just here to support you either way, darling, because regardless of what tarot says, I'm always trusting you to know your situation best and to do what's best for you regardless. So yeah, I love you so much, Capricorn. Good luck when it comes to this connection, darling, right? I need to just disconnect from this, darling, admittedly. This is probably one of my shorter readings just because I cannot handle this right now. This is too much. This energy is just too much for me, honey. It's just like, I've been there, done that, just from my own personal, and it's just like, girl, I do not want to. No, ma'am. So if you would like to book a private personal reading with me, Capricorn, my website's always linked down below, SimplyVelca.com. Next to my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that just being SimplyVelca. And hopefully, Capricorn, I can see you sometime in the near future, darling, and one of your weekly general tarot readings on Monday. So I love you so much, Capricorn. Bye.